Welcome to another episode. Today's question is, what makes a doctor perfect? What makes a doctor perfect? Perfection is a myth, a fantasy. Anyone is near perfect when he can forget himself while carrying out his work. If you are doing something and you are forgetting yourself, then that is near perfection. A musician is perfect or near perfect when he forgets his ego. His identity becomes one with music. Similarly, for a dancer or an actor, they forget what they are doing, become one with the character. Their ego is gone. And that is near perfection. So when you are able to drop your ego, that is nearing perfection. So a doctor is perfect when he is able to drop his ego, when he is able to be compassionate and sympathize with his patient, when he is able to be being human, then he is near perfect. Not as a doctor, but to be compassionate and to be with the patient, then he is near perfect. So aspiring to be perfect will make you artificial. So you don't intend to become perfect, but be with the job you are doing or with the character you are acting, dancing, or with the music you are playing, or as a doctor, sympathize or be compassionate about the patient, then you are near perfect. Artificially trying to be perfect, following the rules, following your knowledge, that makes you artificial. A step away from the vulnerable patient instead of understanding the patient, his problems, his pains. Next, we will see from two of Osho's books, Living Tao and From Darkness to Light. From those two books, we will see what he says about perfection. All perfectionists become escapists. They have to be. You will see perfection in them. They are not real flowers. They are plastic flowers. They can be perfect, but they have no fragrance. Fragrance is of the total and the alive. It is of one who has absorbed everything life has given. One who has transformed his whole being without denying any part. But then he will not look perfect to you. That is what Lao Tzu means. He says, the highest perfection is like imperfection. The higher the perfection, less you will be able to see it. The lower the perfection, the more you will be able to see it. In fact, you can see only those people who are just near you, just like you. You can understand them. They may be better in certain ways, but they are just like you. You may be angrier, they may be less angry. The difference is of quantity, not of quality. You are a sinner and they are saints. And in the world of medical science, the East, it is called Ayurveda. Medical science is called Ayurveda in the East. Even the word will show you the difference. In the West, you call it medicine. Medicine is for curing, healing. But you see the implication. It does not mean health. It means after the disease has coming. It is not about health. It is about the cure. it talks about what comes after the disease has already come in. It is a follow-up. First you are sick, then comes the doctor. The doctor follows the sickness with his bag of medicines. Ayurveda means science of life. The very word has nothing to do with disease, sickness. It has something to do with life, health, longevity. It is positive. It is not negative. It shows you the way to remain healthy, to remain young as long as you want, to live longer if that is what you want. Its focus is not sickness. Its focus is on health. For medicine, the focus is on sickness, the cure after the disease has come in. But for Ayurveda, it is to keep you healthy, young. The focus is on health, how to prevent disease. In China, Confucius advised the emperor of China that doctors should be paid not for curing a sick man. That is dangerous because that means the doctor will like people to be sick so that he can cure them. So, if everybody remains healthy, then only the doctor will be sick. He will die of hunger, no patience. So, to create a system in which the doctor is paid by curing and healing the people is to create a dilemma. If there are no sick people, the doctor is not going to get paid. The doctor's business is to cure people. But his prayers will be that people should fall sick. There should be as many epidemics as possible. One doctor came to Mullah Nasruddin and said, "You have not paid me. I visited 8 times to cure your child of smallpox. You have neither paid for my visits, nor have you paid for medicines. And you have some nerve. You go on in front of my medical clinic as if you want it." Then Nasruddin replied, "You should remember who started the epidemic. It was my child. You should pay me. Who made the whole school sick? It was my son. In fact, I own your medical clinic. My boy has done so much for you. And not even gratitude. You should pay me. Remember this." So this is a joke. So if the doctor is paid when the people are sick, then Nasruddin is perfectly right, logically right. His boy has done such a great job making the whole city sick. All the doctors should pay him. Confucius suggested that doctors should be paid for keeping people healthy, not for curing them. Everybody should have personal physician. Everybody should register themselves with one physician as his personal physician, and he should pay him every month a certain amount of money for keeping him healthy. If he becomes sick, the money is not to be paid to the doctor anymore. If the doctor cannot cure him, the doctor has to pay him because he is unable to cure him. And he has to go to another doctor. Till the patient becomes healthy again, the doctor has to pay for his medicines, his doctors, anything that is needed. Confucius turned the whole direction of medicine around. This is how it happened in the East with every science. Science was in the service of humanity, in the service of health, life. Yoga is devoted to making you almost a citadel against sickness. One who practices yoga is not supposed to be sick. If he is sick, that means whatever he is doing with yoga, something basically is wrong. So this is what Osho says. We have seen it. It is a very good concept. May not be practical nowadays, but think about this. This is alternative. A doctor is paid now when you are sick. So when many people are sick and they remain sick, the doctor earns the money. Whereas the system should be, doctor should be paid for keeping you healthy. When you remain healthy, it gets paid. so that the doctor will see to that you will remain healthy. And this is what system we had. The science of Ayurveda, the science of yoga, all try to keep you healthy, remain in good health, remain young. That's what they were trying to do. Prevent the disease. So that is perfection or near perfection of a medical profession. Keeping you healthy. Not allowing the disease to come. That is near perfection. So with this we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Thank you.